Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today? As usual, I shouldn't say as usual, but rather expectedly, a rather late episode today, which probably doesn't bode well for the fact that I need to actually pre-record a load of episodes, but so be it. Basically I was just mainly kind of busy for most of the day, and then also, I think I spoke about this before. I ordered a load of clothes recently, and they came today, so I spent a long time, I actually ordered way more clothes than I thought, and most of it is just sitting on a part of my bed right now, because I haven't been bothered to, I've unpacked it all, I've checked which ones fit and which ones don't, and luckily only one of them doesn't actually fit, so, there's only one of them which I need to return. But we'll get into that in a second. Good evening, everyone. And now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:37 p.m. on Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. Only one of them doesn't fit. Some of them I would say a bit tighter than I expect, or whatever, which is sort of it's still wearable, but it's not something I'd wear all the time, of course. But yeah, a lot of the clothes came in. But the thing which I think gets me more now than I realise is because certainly nowadays, when I was younger, university time and younger, whatever, you have a limited budget, I suppose, when you're spending on things. Not to say that I don't have a limited budget now, but obviously the budget I have now as an adult is significantly larger than as a teen. So as a teen, I was very used to buying very sort of budget clothes, but now I'm getting older. I'm sort of just I should probably buy nicer clothes, and I don't mean in a stylistic sense. I mean in a material sense, because there's some of these clothes I bought, all of these clothes were actually quite cheap. They probably average out to about £12 or something per item. So it's pretty cheap as far as things go. I forgot what I was going to say. And quite a lot of it's pretty good. There's some things what's my favourite thing I got? I think my favourite thing is this jumper, which is this pink and purplish. It's this very sort of kitschy pastel-esque jumper, which I was this looks quite cute. And I was actually quite excited for it. And the start when I put it on, and I was wow, it's actually really soft. This actually feels really nice. And I checked the label of the materials, and I was whoa, this is a jumper which is 40% polyester, and it actually feels quite nice, which is crazy, because polyester 90% of the time, I'm going to be honest, does not make for nice clothes. Nice clothing feels. There's one thing I bought, I think it's a skirt, which I think is this one on the ground, which it doesn't feel amazing. It feels okay, because it's a skirt. It's not one which is constantly rubbing against your skin or anything. And I actually have this polyesterish lycra shirt, and I've worn it never, because it just builds up so much static whenever you wear it, and it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great wearing something which has a huge amount of static built up on it in the first place. So it's something which sort of just remains in my wardrobe. I've worn once or twice, and probably I should have returned it. But it is something I've sort of become increasingly aware of now, especially with this haul of clothes I purchased. Is I should focus on buying fewer nicer clothes than more cheaper clothes, because I'm sort of not at the point anymore where I need to expand my wardrobe enough to be I need to have things to fit in. And I need more clothes, because I just need things to fit in a flexible amount of situations. I mean, it was one very much a first world problem. I will say, I'm fortunate to be in this position, but I'm buying clothes. I was just I'd have most of the basics, to be honest. There's still some basics I still need to buy. I do actually have a white linen shirt now, I think, but for a while I didn't have a white linen shirt. For a while I didn't have a tank top, to be honest, which is why I picked some up here. But I've got most of the basics now. But something I was thinking about consciously while I was purchasing things is that I need to buy more interesting set piece style clothings, and if you get what I mean, because a lot of the clothings I tended to buy would be it'd be black or white things which are universally applicable to anything. I can I can wear this top with almost any bottoms matching, and it'll be completely fine, or I'll wear this bottoms with any top and it'll be completely fine, which just meant my wardrobe was very much all very generic. I didn't have any set piece things, and also I'm sure part of the contribution is the fact I have a bit of an aversion to patterned-esque outfits. I'm not that interested in wearing t-shirts or tops with huge decals on things like that. That's not really my style. So certainly simple patterns are, or plain colours are kind of my things, and I tend to be quite minimalist. But it has made me realise, I suppose, while looking at my wardrobe, being much I don't have a lot of set piece, centerpiece-esque outfits, I don't have many, like, I don't know how to describe this. I don't have many, like, items of clothing which you design, which you coordinate your outfit around, you know? Because of its bold colour or its stylistic choice or something like that. Or most of my clothing tends to be quite generically fitting together, which is good and bad in its own right. But now, because I want to I like fashion, certainly, but it's something I want to branch out more into and do more experimental things. It's like, you're going to have to start buying, like, set pieces, I think. Oh, Vivian. Of pieces of clothing rather than just very generic fitting ones. So I consciously bought, like, some things which are a bit more stand outish, which is, I mean, one of the reasons I bought this very kitschy-esque jumper. It's quite a bright, jumper compared to what I'm used to, and it's quite a busy jumper at the same time, but I really like it. And there's also the skirt, which also is like the summery one. It's by far and away one of the most, like, busy patterns I think I've bought on a skirt, but actually it's really nice. It's very summery. It's like got a sort of like marble-esque pattern. I don't even know what material this is, but it feels more summery. It feels like it would be waterproof or something. I don't know. So I've consciously bought things which are not as generic, I suppose, things which could be set centerpieces for a thing. But it does annoy me when I buy something and it's just like, whoa, okay, it turns out the material is made out of is actually just like terrible. That is the deficit, I suppose, to buying stuff online, is you don't get to feel what the things feel like most of the time, or things can come out differently. I bought like these trousers, which are high-waisted trousers, and it turns out they're like extremely long. they drag along the floor. And that's on me, and I'm very tall, to be honest. So I have quite long legs. So like wearing it, I was just like, whoa, these trousers are extraordinarily long. But there's a lot of things that work out well. And I'm just sort of like looking at what I got. There's one part, I bought this jumper, and I was like, whoa, okay, this jumper looks like it's going to be really uncomfortable to wear and scratchy. And I put it on, and it's like, it's surprisingly not. It looks incredibly scratchy, but it's not. I don't know what it's made out of. I'm going to guess this is probably like a mix of wool and polyester or something like that. 40% polyester. It's recycled polyester. So you go, it's environmentally sensitive. It doesn't say what the rest of it is, which is a bit strange. It just says 40% polyester and nothing else. It's probably wool. It's a wool polyester. I will say polyester, despite the fact I don't like it in clothing, it works with wool. It works with synthetic wools and that sort of thing. I think it works pretty well, and it's a nice way, I suppose, to recycle these plastics. What else did I buy? Like, I bought this like bikini like top outfit because I was like, I probably need another one. I have a swimsuit, and I thought it would be like, I mean, it might be waterproof, but it doesn't feel very waterproof, especially because it says hand wash. Right? So it's just like, this doesn't feel like something which would be particularly waterproof. Main fabric, polyamide. See, it says hand wash only. Hand wash separately in warm water. Rinse thoroughly with cold water. Dry out of direct sunlight. Do not soak. Like, it's kind of more like a bathing suit, I suppose, if anything, rather than a swimsuit, which is, not exactly what I expected, but it does look nice and it does fit pretty well, so I'm keeping it anyway. What else do I have over here? Oh, I actually bought 2 dresses to be a bit more formal dresses, because I don't have many formal dresses. And then this one shocked me, because this one I thought was like a fancy sort of like dinner dress, and then it's like made out of like cotton or something. It's incredibly like breathable and like soft, which is unexpected. I expected certainly something quite different. Let's see what it's made out of. See, I gotta pay more attention to what these things are made out of. Viscose. Okay, so it's not even cotton. Viscose is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a thing that I feel like vests are mainly made out of. But it's like a stretchy cotton. I was just like, what on earth? That's not what I expected this outfit to be made out of. So really, I think the biggest lesson I've learned after buying this stuff is I need to pay more attention now to the actual materials that things are made out of. I shouldn't just jump for something just because it's cheap anymore. Well, certainly it's a good idea, but it's something I should keep in mind. But even if it's after discount and it's like £30 or something, it might be made out of really good material. It sounds stupid saying this out loud, because it's sort of like obvious. You should pay attention more to the material of the things you're purchasing. But I guess I never really thought about it. Like, it was always a subconscious thing, but now it's something which I'm like, okay, I need to consciously actually evaluate, right? Is this what we call adulting, I suppose, in the millennial world? It's just like I don't know why it didn't really cross my mind as much, especially because last time I bought some things and I was like, these shirts I'd never end up wearing because they're so like staticky to wear. I don't like wearing things which would generate a huge amount of static. But you know, luckily most of these don't fall into that category. Let me see what else I got. I mean, to be fair, this one's like a linen-esque or something jumpsuit, which is fair enough because you know it's very summery. But it's kind of also like ripped here. I don't know if I did that. Maybe I did that. Because I did try and put it on and I was like, this is impossibly tight. I had to return this. How am I going to put this on? And then I realised, oh, there's a zip on the side of this. That's how I meant to put it on. It was a very well hidden zip. Let's see, what you made out of? 100% cotton. So it's honestly pretty nice because this is, you know what I should do is I should start sorting out things which can actually be washed in the laundry and whatnot, and start turning these inside out. But this is what I normally do, is like when I figure out that yes I can wash it, turn it inside out and just dump it on my floor. Yeah, I mean 100% cotton works pretty well for a summery-esque thing. I'm actually kind of surprised that's 100% cotton. It's quite stiff cotton, I'm not gonna lie. Is this washable? You might be like, is it a bit much, you know, actually reading the labels, being like, is it machine washable, is it not, does it need to be hand washed, what temperature? I mean, to be honest, everything I wash is basically at like a constant 20 or 30 degrees or something. And I very rarely wash anything on very high temperatures, mainly because of risk of colour bleed and because of the risk of shrinkage. Why do I need to do that when I could just wash everything at a lower temperature anyway? See, what the heck is it? It's 48% lensing. Eco-Vero. Viscose. It's a type of viscose, I don't know. Polyester and polyamide. But it works pretty well. 30 degrees. Perfect. Chuck that over there. So the one thing I'm returning is actually this like blazer thing I bought, which I did consciously buy large because I'm like a size 10 to 12 or whatever, and they didn't have size 10, 12 or 14. They only had size 16, and I was like, well, this is like an over-the-top blazer sort of thing. I guess it can be a little bit larger. And I bought it and I put it on and I was like, this is way too large. Like, if this is a 14, I think this would be reasonable. The 16 is ridiculous. It doesn't even fit on my shoulders. So it's a little bit much, I would say. I'm kind of here just talking, I suppose, instead of actually doing stuff in Animal Crossing today. So yeah, there you go. I'm just kind of shocked about this dress. I don't know. It looked like a fancy like dinner dress as well, I suppose, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who knows? It's like I don't know. I guess it's not off-putting per se, but it's sort of surprising because it feels like the same sort of thing which I would expect like a cotton vest or something to be made out of. Well, obviously it's not a cotton vest, but still. Oh, this was the other one. This is another dress I bought. Except for this material is very strange. It's like an aerated material. It's got like a strange texture to it, but it fits pretty well. So I'm actually like not too mad about it or anything. But it just, again, it surprised me. You know, I expected it to have quite a smooth texture. I mean, it was incredibly rough, and I was like, what is this? It's 95% polyester, 5% elastane. Is this polyester? Man, polyester I guess is not as bad. Maybe polyester shirts is just not where it's at. This polyester dress is actually not too bad. Probably also, again, while it was cheap. Again, and makes me reflect, if I'm trying to buy something, you know, that's meant to be formal, I should probably try and buy some, you know, be more willing to spend a bit more money on it, right? Than going for something incredibly cheap. Not that it should be suspicious because it's cheap, but it's also just like, you know, splash out a little bit. It's a thing, isn't it, where the cheap things tend to, you know, wear down very quickly because they're made out of cheap materials. Like, what's a quote? It's like, it's really expensive being poor or something, which is, you know, I suppose very true from like an economic standpoint, where it's like, I can't remember when I was first taught this. I was taught in like primary school or something, the concept of like a rich person buying, you know, a pair of boots for like £150 or something, but those boots last for like 2 decades or something, and then you know, a less well-off person buying a pair of boots, but it costs like £5 or something, and it breaks within like 3 months, and they had to get a new one. Over time, it's like, you know, it doesn't. I hope I chose the right numbers there for it to not work out. Yeah, like in 6 years' time, they would have bought the same price as the expensive person's boots in the first place. But you know, it just doesn't work out, and it's unfortunate that things happen that way. But I'm also not an economist, so it's not really something I know what you would do to fix that. I guess you would, you know, make more supply of a good quality material, but that's not really how it works. You don't just, I mean, good quality material doesn't just sort of like appear out of nowhere. This one's cotton linen, but this one is also a summer shirt, so again, it makes sense. Oh, I didn't even check if it was machine washable. This is one of the shirts I'm more excited by because it's very much a sort of centerpiece-esque shirt. It's got huge, like, ornate patterns on it. It's very busy, ornate patterns, which I'm just like, oh, I would, like, never purchase this normally. But, you know, I was like, let's give it a shot, you know? Change up my wardrobe a little bit from just the most adventurous pattern being stripes, you know? Maybe I'm just not adventurous enough when it comes to my clothing, which I certainly like to be. It's a thing I say, you know, if I was super rich, one of the best benefits I think of being super rich is not, well, I mean, there's a lot of benefits I suppose to being super rich, but one of the best ones I think is the fact that you can just sort of buy whatever clothes you want, you know. Perhaps it's a bit vain for me to say, but I don't know, I like the idea of having like a huge wardrobe to my own perusal. You know, buying something incredibly niche, even if I would only wear it for a couple of outfits or something. It feels like appealing in a sense because I'm just like, yeah, you know, it would be cool. You know, I now have justification for buying this, being the fact that, yeah, it's no issue. I can afford it. This one's just a shirt, and another cotton shirt. It's because I don't have any like summer-esque shirts, and I was like, this seems like a gap in my wardrobe, you know. But this one's a much more normal one. This is just like a blue and white. It's not gingham. I forget what it's like one of those checkerboard patterns, but I don't remember which one it is exactly. They all have different names, and I don't remember them. Alright, there's a big pile of clothes on my floor. This one is a sleeper hit. This one is like a vintage skirt. Oh god, what was that? This one was a vintage skirt. Reclaimed vintage it's called, and it's like this very sort of like olivey green colour. And initially I was going to pass it up because I was like, why am I going to wear an olivey green colour? But I was like, I really like the design of the dress, you know, I might as well give it a shot. And I put it on and I was like, this is super like airy, it's comfortable, it's breezy. And honestly, I can see it working pretty well, you know. Put like a white top with this. You know, it's a benefit I suppose to having all these like random white or black tops is that they'll go very well with these much more colourful bottoms that I've also bought. It's got a QR code on this. Anyway, washable at 30 degrees C. I feel like most clothes nowadays are washable at 30 degrees C, so perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Oh, this was another sleeper one, which I didn't cut the label off. Where are my scissors gone? This is like one of a few tank tops I bought, and it's a very busy, flowery tank top. And I almost removed it from my cart because I was just like, I'm not really sure this is all about me. But I thought, you know, let's keep it in. I removed something else instead. And I put it on and I was like, wow, this actually fits surprisingly well, you know. I expected it not to fit at all, and it just fits. Obviously it's something you can only really wear in summer, and summer's almost over, but you know, it's good holiday wear. And this is sort of stuff I'm buying for next year anyway. You buy it in advance to be prepared for the chance of a lifetime. I've got these brown trousers as well. I don't know what on earth is up with this label. Why is this label so pinky purple? Is it meant to be like that? Maybe it's meant to be like that. What does it say? Are you washable? Why is it so faded? Maybe this has been returned already. Maybe that's why it was so cheap. I don't know. UK 12, European 40. That was actually certainly a lot larger than I normally would have. The shirt, but the trousers. But I did put it on and it did fit. And either way, if it doesn't fit, I can put a belt on it. It's just generic sort of like cargo-esque pants, to be honest. Because I was like, I don't have any cargo-esque pants, you know. They're not called cargo pants, these ones, because these aren't cargo pants. But there's what's it called? You know, they're a sort of like streetwear style of trousers, which has like all these pockets in. That's what these are. I have a brown one and I bought a white one as well. Because why not? I didn't even check. No, that was washable. Okay, probably. What was this one? Oh yeah, these are the white sort of cargo pants. They're not called cargo pants. What are these called? These are sized well. These do fit me pretty well. That's weird. My hip size is 38, not 12, not 40. So I'm surprised. But I guess because these are elastic, it fits a bit better. Yeah, I mean these are quite elasticy, so it probably actually tightens. Chuck that over there. What else do I have to sort out? It's just a vest. Vest with a bright pattern on. It's a Vans vest as well, which I didn't realise they did non-shoes, to be honest. But I mean, most fashion brands kind of branch out from what they're exactly known for, aren't they? Does anyone anyone actually cut these labels off of clothings? Because this one, like, they all have like the scissors at the top to be like, cut me off, but I like never do it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I always just leave it on. Oh god. The other things are like so far away. These are the two much more iffy ones. This one was like I'll go in and hold it. That one's just the best. This one's completely fine as far as I can tell. It's just a woolen cotton-esque vest. But this other one, like I must say, and I basically bought it because it's like a beach wrap sort of thing. Something you basically wear with a swimsuit, but you know, so you don't have to wear a swimsuit like 24/7. But it said its colour was natural. It's not natural. Its colour is like a offish yellow. It's like, it's kind of like what you know, like gauze or something, or what you might picture an old rag colour to be. But the worst thing about it, not the worst thing about it, like the most dividing thing about it is the fact it's actually really comfortable to wear and actually looks quite nice. It's just like, why would you describe this as natural? This does not look natural. I mean, I guess it is technically as natural as it goes, but it's a bit of a faded colour, isn't it? But I guess it kind of works under summer sun or whatever. Maybe that's what it's going for. So I'm keeping it anyway, because I like how it feels. Don't go to sleep on me. And there's this dress as well, which I didn't actually cut the label off because I was unsure if I should return it or not. Because I don't think I can actually... You know, I might return this one as well. I don't know, I really like its pattern though. Maybe I'll try wearing it again, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this episode up here because it's almost midnight and I've not done anything this episode, I'm going to be perfectly honest, but clothing materials, it's an important thing to pay attention to, which I don't do nearly enough. So anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Twitter, Discord down below. Hope we see each other again. But for now, ta farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.